The Nile River. Under the hot Egyptian sun, the Nile provided cool nourishment for the villagers that lived along the 6,695-kilometre stretch. But why did it appear to be so prominent in Egyptian life, their stories and religion? It was discovered that for 6 months of a year, the river would flood from the high mountains, providing fish in great numbers, and as the water drew back from the land, left behind would be a rich black silt, ideal for growing produce. The mud was developed into bricks to build houses, and papyrus, which was prepared from the stem of a water plant, was used widely throughout Egypt for paper and other such materials. Wheat and barley were the main staple crops grown in the fertile soil beside the Nile, as they were used for making bread, porridge and beer. In an article called The Story of the Nile, John Baines wrote that the rise and fall of the Nile waters led the ancient Egyptians to view cycles of birth, death and rebirth. Egypt was often referred to as the gift of the Nile. This term was given to the land as it was the river that made the people prosper and grow. Wild vegetables, bird eggs and waterfowl were plentiful on the Nile, and it has often been recorded as the backbone of Egyptian society. Janet Wood said that the Egyptians believed that the Nile was the centre of the world, and the place from which it originated was the beginning of the world. This gives us plenty of understanding as to why the Nile River would be so prominent in the ancient world. The hieroglyphic symbol for the Nile River was a lotus flower, which is how it appears when the river spills into the Mediterranean Sea. Today, the lotus flower symbolises purity, the regeneration of life, and is used in many Chinese remedies. The Egyptians believed that in order to reach the afterlife, they would first have to cross the River Nile. The fact that it was both religious and very resourceful made the Nile a thriving place to live. Fish became a very popular source of food, and the water system made it ideal to transport goods such as flax, which could be made into linen and ropes to other villages and cities along the river. From the University of Dallas website, there can be little doubt that if the Nile did not flow through Egypt, the human endeavour we call civilization would be a very different thing than it is today, if it existed at all. With the Nile River being used in many aspects of ancient Egyptian society, it is quite logical to see how it played a very prominent role in their religion and art, as well as influencing modern civilization.